Hey YouTube, Mark with Ultimate RC. I said I wouldn't get another one of these. I said I'd never get another Viper. We're gonna...
Timer start.
Whew! That was dramatic.
Sold that plane. You won't see that on this channel anymore. And I don't care if they come out with V4, I won't buy another Viper, I can tell you that right now.
We're gonna see if this was a wise decision or not. I've had the 70mm as one of my first jets that I got. You probably all know that that's not the easiest jet to land because of the stall characteristics on it and the wing loading on it. It flies great, but you have to be careful with that plane. You have to be careful with a lot of Vipers when it comes to how the wing can stall and how dramatic it is. And so I swore I would never get another Viper. Well, they keep saying this is the best Viper that you can get. So I pulled the trigger. This is a smaller, of course, this is a 64mm. And released here just a while back from Eflite. Has everything that the other Viper did, except it doesn't have retracts, but it does have lights, which is really nice. There's a really nice light package on it. So I'm hoping that I do actually like how this Viper flies, because it might be a very good evening flying plane for me. So something that can easily fit in the car, that you can put on top of other planes. It doesn't really fit in the front seats, a little too wide of a wing for that, but smaller plane that you can take along with you. So we're gonna put this up. We hope that this flight goes better than the other two that I have attempted. I will probably have this video out first, so you can look for the ill-flated flights of the T33 50mm from Hobby Zone and the ill-flated testing of the T28 1.2 meter for some repairs I did on the flaps on that. That didn't go well either. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. We don't get planes sent to us. So if you do anything, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000. You can use our links to help support the channel, or you can check out the Ultimate RC Swag Store. We're adding more products all the time to that. Do appreciate that support. We're gonna put this up before we run out of light, and then take advantage of the 55-degree weather here in February in Wisconsin, which usually doesn't happen. Stick tight.
All right, YouTube, here we go. The maiden flight of the Eflite Viper 64. Swore I would never get another Viper after my trials and tribulations with both V1 and V2 of the 70mm. When V3 came out, I said heck no, because I had essentially updated my V2 to be like the V3, short of the higher powered engine. I had reverse thrust, which this plane has, and I also had the suspension gear on it to help with the landings. It didn't. So saw this come out. What the heck, let's give it a try. Let's hope this flight goes better than the other two today. Here we go, part timers here recording. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. Pretty uneventful takeoff. That's one of the nice things about Vipers, is they go pretty straight down the runway. I think I even did that without flaps, so that was a no flap takeoff.
AS3 next mode.
All right, we're gonna bring it up, coming around. Let's just see. Well, I'm pretty good. Maybe a little bit of a going up with it, part timer, coming down. Gonna go up with it again. We'll roll it. Been high rates. I don't know if you can hear that, YouTube, but I'm getting some pulsing
13.59 volts
off of it. I'm gonna throw it in safe. I don't want to see
We're gonna bring it around here. I want to see if I can go to telemetry and check and see what I got here. All right, I'm not getting any battery reading. I thought I had telemetry on this plane. I might not have set that up. I know I've managed to do that before on a plane. Although I use the downloaded version that Eflite offers with this. You just bind up the plane, it downloads the file, and you're just about ready to fly. I'm surprised that they don't have telemetry set for that. She's flying pretty good though. All right, well let's try. We're bring takeoff flaps in. I'm not going to repeat my mistake from earlier today. I'm going to be on this side of the runway and back up. Once I get that video out, you'll know what I mean. On the T-28 1.2 meter, that did not end well. My favorite tree right there had something to do with it, just to give you a hint. Well, that's the smoothest landing I think I've had for a first attempt on a Viper ever. So that was much more impressive than the 70. It's almost like the battery's acting like it's cold, but it's not today. It's 55 degrees out. It may not be that anymore, but it's easily still above 50, and we really shouldn't have.
EFT 13.4 volts.
Probably hear that pulsing. All right, I'm going to bring it around. Let's bring it in and not take a chance here, and we'll switch it into a different battery pack. I have a smart pack in there. This one was supposed to be fully charged. Yeah, we're getting that pulsing. So let's put in takeoff flaps. We'll come around. We're gonna put landing flaps in, see how that goes.
Landing flaps.
Vipers, you gotta fly to the ground. Put a little throttle back in. Oh, there's the famous Viper hop. All right, well, it still does it, but it doesn't get completely out of control. All right, let's just check here. We're gonna bring it back over to the truck here, park timer. I wanna check this battery, and then we'll do another flight on hopefully a fresher battery. I don't know why this one is acting the way it is. It's just been the way the day's been going, YouTube. Let me grab my battery checker. There we go. Let's take a look and see what we got here. I am using a 2200 4S. You're supposed to be able to do. Oh, and this one doesn't have the lead on it. This is G2. I'm not going to be, and I got I got a new G2 tester. I left it at home. All right, well, let's just switch out a battery, and we're going to pause right here. We'll get a new battery set up for you, YouTube. Hang tight. Hey YouTube, second flight here. So that battery was low. I'm not sure if I grabbed the wrong one. I do have telemetry set up here. So I'm showing, the one complaint I have about the IX-14 is that it will read lights. So this is a SMC 2200 pack. Supposed to be fully charged, so, and I'm only showing 80%. So we'll see what happens here. Hard timer's here recording. Like and subscribe. Here we go. Let me just double check. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not impressed with the
downloaded file that Eflite provided with this, because it didn't include a timer. I didn't realize that until right now. Why would you provide it a preloaded tile and not do that? I don't understand that.
All right, YouTube, we got the timer set up here. Again, that'd be complaint number one. I used this plane comes with the preset file and there was no timer set up on it. I don't understand that. All right, here we go. Check out some of the other videos. This one will probably be posted first, but we'll have some other videos from the escapades of today, which were not great. Uneventful takeoff with the Viper, as per usual. I don't know if you caught it right there, but the lights showed up. Let's take out let's put the flaps in. Going up with it. Going back down. Well, I'll tell you right now, those wingtip lights just saved me right there, because I lost orientation a little bit. Getting towards that time of night. Jets have a low profile. They can be hard to do. A little adjusting there. I had to put in a little up elevator. I think she's flying pretty good. But yeah, jets can be hard. So the lights on this certainly help. Seems to be flying pretty good. I may have a slight roll to the right. Let's trim that. We're going up, coming back down, part timer. I'm in my high rates. Not bad. Let's try mid rates. Going back up with it. Oh, the ducks didn't like that. Try the roll right here, mid rates. That's still pretty good. All right, we'll bring it around here. Try to get a little bit closer here so you can kind of see the light package on this. I've got it far out there, and of course it's a Maiden. I've not flown much. And my attempts to fly today have not been very good. Needless to say, I have repair work to do on 2 planes. It's been a long time since I have been at the field, and I'm only going to come home with 1 working plane, and I better not jinx myself by saying that, because this is a Viper. Still seems to be doing pretty well here. Let's try some more touch and goes here. We're gonna first try just takeoff flaps. I had the bounce with the landing flaps, and again, this was the factory file. They were pretty heavy. One of the things I learned from the 70 mil. Shoot, that was horrible.
Normal mode.
All right. I was worried about the snow stick on the other side of the parking lot here. Now we're gonna come over to the other side.
Take off flaps.
Oh, like and subscribe, hit the bell, YouTube. Trying to get to 1,000. Do appreciate the support. We don't get planes sent to us, and the way I'm going through them here, we can take any support we can get right now. Fly it to the ground, a little throttle in, bringing it out, flaring. Not bad. You could see that she kind of wanted to bounce there, but the suspension, I think, on this plane kind of calmed that down. The original Viper 70 didn't have, it was just wire wheels and rock hard tires. So it Once I upgraded that to the suspension and I got an avian reverse thrust, that helped, but it was still very difficult to regularly grease the landings, which I like landing planes. It's one of the things I practice takeoffs and landings and touch and goes a lot. And it was a frustrating jet. It just, gotta watch out for my favorite tree. Yeah, see, all right, try it again. All right, we're gonna try. I got takeoff flaps still in. Let's go with full flaps. Landing flaps are in. We'll keep it under power. Some throttle applied here. Full throttle. That wasn't bad. All right, we're hitting.
ESC 13.51 volts.
Yeah, okay, I'm running.
Takeoff flaps.
We'll bring this to a stop. Reduce the throttle here.
Landing flaps.
Landing flaps are in. Kind of high. Best to come in a little bit shallower with the Viper. You don't want to come in at a really high, steep. Yeah. I think this plane also has reverse thrust, but that apparently is not set up either. So I'm going to set that up. Although you don't have to land as fast as you did with the 70. But there you have it. I'm going to try to work on this a little bit and see if I can get this a little bit more perfected. I do really like the light package on this plane, especially for this time of night. So we'll see what we can do with this. There'll be some more flights in the future with this YouTube. Originally, I was planning on doing a hand launch because you can hand launch this. Part-timer, you think that's a good idea these days?
Nope.
Check out the T33 video once I have that posted and you'll know what I mean. So we may stick with wheels. Yeah. All right, well, it's getting dark. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Part-timer wants to go home. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. Mark with Ultimate RC. Hey YouTube, some bonus footage here on the Maiden Flight series of the Viper. I just want to show you, I'm going to be doing a 3200 4S 50 seat pack. That's where I have it. Balance is pretty good based on factory specs. It'll be interesting to see how that affects landing, which is my biggest complaint about any Viper jet that I've owned. This one is better than the 70mm, but it can still do the Viper bounce or hop. It's just not quite as pronounced. I've also changed my flap settings to much less aggressive than what the factory is at. They had 100, 0, and minus 100, or minus 100, 0, and 100. In my experience, barn doors on this, while it'll slow it down really well, does not equate to good landings. Also, you get too slow, you're going to get your famed Viper wing drop. So I wouldn't advise that. All right, here we go. 4S 3250C flight. We're going to be able to see the lights a lot better now. Part-timer left. After trying to film 3 planes, that's about as much as I can get out of her. unless it's 70 degrees out. Of course, the first two didn't take very long because of how those went. So we'll eventually have the T-28 flight and the attempt at the T-33. On the channel. I'll probably have this posted first, so you can look for those coming. I do like how this plane flies. Vipers have always flown well. You have to be careful how fast you're going with them because of the famed wing stall, and it's aggressive. If anybody's had a Viper, they know that. This one seems to be a little bit better. I think the wing is a little wider. Let's go back up with it. Pretty good for a 64 mil, 4S no less. All right, let's try some landings here. Try my new flap settings, see if I like them better. Do a touch and go here. That's not bad. The biggest thing with a Viper is you can't flare too much. It just, she'll stall on you, and that's, you know, kind of one of the reasons you're getting the hop. All right, that was takeoff flaps. Let's try landing.
Landing flaps.
I believe I have that down to 40 from 100. I'm going to keep the nose pointed, a little throttle to get it to the runway, dropping throttle. Yeah, see, I flared a little too early there. But this plane is definitely not as bad as the 70. So I think this will be a keeper for me. I do really like the light package. It's nice for this time of night, right? You know, this time it's past sundown here, and I can easily see the plane, so like it from that regard. Of course, the original 70, and even I think even V3 doesn't have lights on it. I don't know why. I'm sure they'll release V4, and maybe it will. Verizon likes its Vipers. Not enough flare there. We're gonna punch out of that. Whew.
Takeoff flaps.
Man, well, I will say I am doing these landings in safe because I've not flown a lot. Well, a Viper's not my idea of a jet that I'd like to practice my no safe jet landings on. There we go. Turns pretty good. All right, let's check. Yeah, and it looks like I'm pretty low on battery anyway, so. All right, there you have it, YouTube. Like the light package on this jet, that's for sure. Man, if this had retracts, I think they would be onto a better Viper. Definitely is better than the 70. I've never had the 90, but the 90 is prone into that same pretty dramatic wing stall. See, plenty of people get too slow on a turn with a Viper, and she corkscrews right into the ground. It's an unforgiving plane. A lot of people bill Vipers as like, it's your best first EDF high performance or sport jet. I completely disagree, but this one is much better. So thanks for watching, YouTube. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. Mark with Ultimate RC, the Eflite Viper 64. Might have a Viper that I actually want to keep. Thanks for watching, YouTube.